Our next guest, Ron Hostetler, this is a guy who thinks he's been funny his whole life. You know people who are delusional? Well, Ron's performed on the Carnival Cruise Lines, on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry, at the Ryman Auditorium. He said one day they may actually let him come inside and perform rather than on the sidewalk out there. Hundreds of tour buses around Nashville, at dinner tables across the country, and if your dinner table's open, he's ready to be there. He has sung backup for Sandy Patty, and he's attended concerts by Garth Brooks and Dolly Parton. His YouTube videos have been viewed over a dozen times. Thank you, welcome Ron Hostetler.
Good evening. Y'all having a good time? I'll fix that. Good. Y'all like country music? I was going to fix that too, yeah. I called for pizza. Each night I eat it again. I called for pizza. I never share it with friends. I won't eat Big Macs. They won't bring me bliss, and shrimp I would regret. They make me ill, I bet. No French fries or hot pies, not to win a bet. I won't cry, so I call for pizza. I'm so glad the fruit of the loom quit putting the real fruit in their underwear. You know, it smells real good when you first open the package, but boy, after you've had it on for a couple hours. Well, in case you didn't get it, my name is Ron Hostetler. My friends call me Spike. I don't know why. One guy did tell me he thought I ought to quit getting my hair done at the beauty college. I said, you know, all the years we've known each other, I don't think I've ever said a word about your comb over. That's funny. You ever been driving down the road and see a sign along the highway and you wonder, what in the world are those people thinking? I was driving up I-65 up in Kentucky the other day, and there's a sign a farmer had put out next to the highway that said, "Used cows for sale." I don't even want to know what happened to those poor cows. They were so used. And in Louisville, there's a billboard advertising tattoos while you wait. Not sure what the alternative is. Hey, Bill, you want to go get some lunch? No, I'm going to take my arm down to the tattoo parlor. They said if I bring it in by noon, they could have it done by 5, so I think I'll just see what I can do. We were having family dinner at the house not too long ago, and my wife's aunt came in. She was the first one. She saw I was sitting at the computer doing some work, and first words out of her mouth was, "Oh, Ron, are you on the interstate looking for women?" I said, "Yeah, you caught me." I knew she hadn't been feeling very good, so I asked her how she was doing. She said, "Well, I had an autopsy today." I said, "No, you didn't." She said, "I did too." She got really indignant with me. She said, "I just came from the doctor and they did an autopsy." I said, "No, if they did an autopsy, you'd be dead now. Even a biopsy." Whatever. Like that's the same thing. My cousin came in and she had a little boy with her, and his hand was all wrapped up in a gauze bandage. And I asked, what happened to Junior? And she said, well, he got greedy this morning. I said, greedy? She said, yeah, he was, I was frying up some sausage this morning, and as soon as I turned it out of the skillet, he reached up and grabbed a handful and burned his hand. I said, oh, yeah, I can see how that would hurt. She said, well, it could have been worse. I said, how's that? She said it was mild sausage. Crazy people. Mother-in-law came in, and father-in-law, and he wasn't feeling good, so she wanted to take his temperature. I got the thermometer for her, and this same man asked, oh, is that the rectical kind? I said, no, it's the oracle kind. You can put it under your armpit too if you want. I was having trouble the other day finding my keys, my car keys, and I asked my wife, have you seen my keys? And she said, you've lost your car keys? I said, no, I've not lost them, I just don't know where they are. There's a difference. You know, it's not like they're out in the backyard or something, I just don't know where don't remember where I put them. Well, where'd you have them last? I knew where I had them last, I was been looking for it. Well, look harder. Harder? How do you look harder? I don't know what that means. When I was a kid, my mom went into the drugstore. You remember back when drugstores used to have soda fountains in the back?
Yeah.
She went in one hot summer day and asked the guy at the soda fountain, how much is a nickel cup of ice? We've been doing some remodeling in our house, and I want to tell you about the newest project. Long Islander don't need no stove. We've got a microwave. There's a 10-foot flat screen. It's high def in my new man cave. Let's see, there's poker, billiards, bumper pool, ping pong, and foosball too. Theater seating that's reclined, and the bank says, in 30 years, it's mine. Oh, here's a little song that I used to sing for my mother when I was just a little kid. I hope you enjoy it too. When I was just a little child, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. No. Hey, do you remember when we were kids and we couldn't hardly wait to get grown up? Wow, how stupid was that? I hate getting older. It seems like after a certain point, something is going to hurt every day in your life. I don't know why that is, but it does happen. I heard a fellow say the other day he didn't mind getting older, but his body sure was taking a rough. How many of you have noticed that at some point in your life you turn into your own parents? Anybody else recognize that? Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? Everything that your parents ever said to you that you swore, I will never, ever say anything like that to a child of mine. We say it anyway, don't we? Well, here's my tribute to Dad. I call it the Dad song. Look at me when I talk to you. Do as I say, not as I do. Do you think that I am made of money? Money does not grow on trees. Why won't you answer me? Don't you talk back? Because I said that's why. Do you Turn that racket down, mind your mother, show some respect. As long as you live under my roof, you will live by my rules. Were you born in a barn? Go ask your mother, because I said that's why. Oh, it's the flu season. Has everybody been to get your flu shot so far this fall? Some of you yes, some of you no, some of you never will. Have you noticed the strange places you can go these days to get your flu shot? You know, it's not so bad going to, in my mind anyway, the grocery store. They've got a pharmacy or the drugstore. That kind of makes it a little bit sense, but there's some really strange places too. One fellow would tell me that in his town, you can go to the convenience store to get a flu shot. Now, I'm sorry, but in my mind, there's something wrong with going to the BP for a medical. They can't even keep their oil out of the dogs. And I'm sure not even going to buy a sausage biscuit there. You know, let's think about this. A sausage biscuit anyplace else is $1.29, $1.39, maybe on sale for 99 cents. You go to the gas station, 2 for 89. What'd that hog die of? Seriously. And up in Madison, there is a drive-through flu shot. Have you seen this? It's Doc in the Box, you know, the convenient care place that you never know what doctor's going to pop out. So you pull up under the portico, roll your window down, keep your arm out, and there's your flu shot. Now, there are several of those around the country in different towns. The best ones have a nurse station on both sides. So both the driver and the passenger can get their shots without having to get out of the car. Told that not too long ago when a fella asked me, what do you do in that 15 minutes while you have to wait to see if you had a reaction? I'm not real sure, but I think you can get your oil changed right now. And then over in Old Hickory, this is the strangest one. There's a funeral home that gives free flu shots every fall. Not this boy. I'm thinking what you're thinking. They're going to get the serums picked up. I don't want to be there. Oh, speaking of funeral homes, did you know there is a drive-up funeral home here in Nashville? Up in North Nashville, there's a drive-up funeral home. The story is that the mortician bought an old bank building and turned it into a funeral parlor. And for a certain extra fee, you can have your dearly departed put in the window for certain hours. Now that raises questions in my mind. Like, do they have to tilt the casket up so you can see the body? Do they have to send the guest register out in the pneumatic tube so you can sign in? Can I get fries with that? Oh, and the strangest thing I ever saw at the funeral home, several years ago, a friend of ours, his sister passed away. And we knew the brother and sister-in-law from Sunday school, so we went out on the west side of town to this funeral home, and it was one of those older places that was an old house that had been converted into a funeral parlor, and we were standing in the hallway. My wife was signing our names on the register, and I was looking into the parlor to see if there was anybody from church that we recognized. And as I was looking around through the parlor, I realized there was no casket. The body was on a couch. There was this beautiful Victorian-style tapestry couch. She was laying there in a jogging suit and an napkin pulled up, almost to her neck. I thought, boy, I better say something quick before Miss Carrie blurts something out and embarrasses herself. But I didn't think fast enough. Miss Carrie finished signing her name, put the pen down, and turned to go into the parlor and stopped dead in her tracks and said, "Oh my God, the body's on the couch." Where's the casket? I said, I don't know. So we went in, started talking to some people from church. Our Sunday school teacher did what we call peep talk, where you try to talk about moving your lips so that thinking the people on the other side of the room won't know what you're saying. And have you ever seen anything like this before in your life? Finally, the sister-in-law comes walking up and says what they always say at the funeral, says that she looks nice. I always want to know, she looks dead. Where's the casket? She's on a couch. So she said, well, we know this looks strange. But this is what she wanted. She'd seen it done before. She came home from the funeral home one night and told her family that when she died, she was going to be cremated, and so she didn't want to be put in a box. And so she wanted to be stretched out on the couch. And she said, as you go to visit her at her home, this is exactly how you would find her. She'd be on the couch in her jogging suit with the aspen pulled up over her. The only thing that was missing was the TV remote. I thought that was kind of cute. Where was I? Oh yeah, we were doing flu shots. If you all go to get your flu shots, I hope you never have an experience like I did a couple years ago. I went to the doctor's office, walked up to the nurse's station, gave the nurse my name, told her I was there to get a flu shot, and she reached under the counter. She was, by the way, one of these really gruff Army Bulldog Sergeant kind of nurses. And she pulled out this hospital gown and shoved it at me and said, go in there and put on this hospital gown and fill up this cup and wait the next waiting room. I said, but ma'am, I'm just here to get my flu shot. She said, if you want your flu shot to do as I tell you to do. Oh, excuse me. So I did as I was told, sitting there waiting in the next waiting room. And pretty soon I heard what sounded like the same conversation going on out in the waiting room, and I thought, oh, Nurse Cratchit's got another victim. Sure enough, another couple minutes goes by, this guy comes walking out in the same air-conditioned gown I had on. At least they could have done was give him a different pattern. And he sits down the way his turn, and I started talking to him, and I said, you know, this is crazy. I came in here just to get a flu shot. And got to go through all this rigmarole. It's just overkill, just for a flu shot. And he turned and looked at me and said, well, that's nothing. I'm the UPS man. Sean was talking a while ago about his wife. It reminded me of a fella I used to work with. I ran into him in the grocery store the other day, and he told me he got married last year. I said, well, that's great, Joe. How's it going? He said, you know what, Ron, I really love my wife, but I hate her. I said, Joe. He said, no, I mean it. I hate my wife. I said, what's wrong? He said, well, this is the first time I've really been in a long-term relationship with a woman, and I was afraid for a while that we might eventually run out of things to talk about. No. He says, well, I have several times. But Jane, no, she keeps coming up with more stuff all the time. Every day there's something new to talk about. Is that normal? Well, when he asked that question, at the very same instant, in the back of my mind, I heard my Miranda rights being read to me. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Well, it didn't take me long to figure out my response. I said, Joe, that's not normal. You need to seek help. My wife and I love each other very deeply. We've been married 36, almost 37 years now. We go long periods of time with neither one of us ever talking. In fact, most of our families are like that. We can sit down for a family dinner and go through the whole meal, and nobody say a word. I really think. I really think you and Jane need to see professional help. Oh, I've talked a lot about stupid things people say, tell you the stupidest thing I ever said. I said to God one day, Lord, I believe this Bible is your inspired holy word. I believe every word in it, everything from the table of contents at the front to the map at the back. I believe it's all true. Except this one place over here where you said, thou shalt not. I think you meant that for everybody but me. I know that it's wrong. But I think you'll let me slide through on it. Won't you? And you know what I heard God say? No. He said the Ten Commandments don't come with exceptions. He said when I said that you should have no other gods before me, I didn't say except a big Mercedes-Benz or other fancy car. He said when I said remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, I didn't say unless you want to go play golf or go to the lake. When he said honor your father and your mother, I didn't say unless they beat you. When I said thou shalt not kill, I didn't say except unborn babies. He said when I said thou shalt not commit adultery, I didn't say unless you think you were meant for each other. No, there's no exception. It's been said that we live in a me society. Everything is me, I want, I need. It's all about me. And the sooner everybody figures it out, the better off we're all going to be. But that's not the way it is. I had to learn it's not about me. It's about Jesus. I've spent most of my life fighting my own dreams, taking my own way, keeping my own schemes. But now I come to you, Lord, to empty myself of me and offer up this vessel to be what you have me be. Because it's all about you. It's not about me. It's all about you, Jesus, and what you want me to be. I need a whole lot more of you and a whole lot less of me, because it's all about you, Jesus. It's all about you. I don't just offer songs and empty words of praise, but I give you my life for the rest of my days. I know that I must decrease so that you can increase, and the sooner I figure that out, the sweeter life can be. Because it's all about you. It's not about me. It's all about you, Jesus, what you want me to be. I need a whole lot more of you and a whole lot less of me, because it's all about you, Jesus. It's all about you. Yeah, it's all about you. It's not about me. It's all about you, Jesus, what you want me to be. I need a whole lot more of you and a whole lot less of me, because it's all about you, Jesus. It's all about you. Yeah, it's all about you, Jesus. It's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. It's all about